Family's Farmhouse. I just finished the most amazing crossover ever since Batman and Deadpool, Deadpool and Batman. It's Superman and Spider-Man. It's just fantastic. You have Clark Kent picking up Peter Parker from New York and doing an assignment in Metropolis. And then before that, you have Doc Ock and Brainiac working together, teaming up to take down the city. And then you have those two people on an assignment after finding out that reporting that a company is doing using kryptonite. And then Superman and Spider-Man team up, but they also go separate. He fights Superman. Spider-Man fights Brainiac. Superman fights Doc Ock. He laces his stuff up with kryptonite, and then Spider-Man's trying to shot that Brainiac knows who he is, and it's just very cool to see this. And then the villains made both the separate buildings going down separately because they have comms, and Spider-Man says, I don't think I can't do this. And then Superman says, I believe in you. You know how you have, if you can call, or maybe you remember this one time, you have a hard time struggling, you have a friend, family member, or you even have God, if you believe in God, telling you, I believe in you. You have a godlike being, superhero, telling you, I believe in you. That is fantastic. And it was an homage. Spider-Man is picking up the villain's homage to Tom Holland's movie and also an homage to the comic. They both lift up their buildings. They both take out the hero. They both take out the villains, and they're both heroes at the end of the day. This is fantastic. Spider-Man and Superman just work together. Superman and Spider-Man work together. It's fantastic. I love this comic. I didn't put it down. You're going to hear me throughout this whole video saying that. So it's just fantastic. I loved it. And they need to make more of this. And they are. Because they're doing the Marvel version of this. It's the DC's version. And the next one after Superman and Spider-Man was Lois Lane and Mary Jane. Lois Lane and Mary Jane are both lovers of the superheroes, and they've been college roommates. There was Mary Jane's college girlfriend was Lois Lane, and they were explaining how they love their men, how they been by their sides of their superheroes, Spider-Man and Superman, and things like that. They really show you insight of who these heroes are by loving them and by taking care of them and who they are outside of their superhero personas. And it's kind of cool, kind of great to see this. It's fantastic. I loved it. And Mary Jane and Lois Lane go together because, yeah, they're their love interests and they have common interests. They just love their men. And Gambit also shows up in there for a little bit. I don't know why, but Gambit's in there. Doesn't need to be in the very end of the comic book page. He holds 2 playing cards of Superman and Spider-Man symbol, Spider-Man symbol, Superman symbol. It's just weird, but he's in there. As I was saying, they have insight of their people that they're dating, but they love both of their superheroes. They love both of their men. It was kind of cool, interesting seeing that, how two of these couples, and here in this comic, they're friends. They've been lifelong friends, or what you want to think they have been, because that's what they have in the creating this comic. The next one is Supreme Superman and Spider-Man. I don't know much about Supreme Superman. I just know they had the comic book. They were fighting some type of villain, and then they were going through all these different comic books through Superman and Spider-Man and talking about that. And then the next one after that one was Superboy and Spider-Man 2099, and that one, as I was saying, Spider-Man, and the next one after that one, Supreme Superman and Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, is Spider-Man 99 and Superboy. And Spider-Man 99 and Superboy is trying to stop Lex Luthor from doing something in the future, drastic in the future. And Spider-Man 99 is trying to stop Doom 2099. But the thing about this one, I say in another video that I got interrupted on, what made it so fantastic was that you had Terrence McGinnis, Batman Beyond, fighting Spider-Man 2099. You cannot say that did not happen, because it just happened. An amazing graphic novel, an amazing graphic comic book novel, whatever you want to call this, crossover event. I don't even care. Point. This little comic book is like a graphic novel to me. So you cannot say that 2099 Spider-Man did not take either a wiping beating off of Spider-Man 2099, and 2099 Spider-Man didn't get a fight with Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond and 2099 Spider-Man just also fit very well. A very good combo. And Spider-Man Superman Supreme and Spider-Man Supreme are both have black suits. That also works. But going back to Batman Beyond and 2099, that just works because they're both in the future. And that's just fantastic. They're both in the future. That's just fantastic. It works fantastically as you see it. It's just, who didn't want that fight? I wanted it. You have to see Spider-Man across Spider-Verse. What were you thinking in that world when you went to the future world? Batman Beyond. And when you watch Batman Beyond, you think about Spider-Man 2099. And after that was Jonathan Kent and Ben Parker and their storyline, how they're together and how they have raised incredible sons. And then after that is Jimmy Olsen and Carnage. Jimmy Olsen is Superman's friend. Carnage was trying. Jimmy Olsen, they got an assignment from their new boss J. You know, J. Jonah Jameson to get a picture of Carnage, and that's exactly what he did. It's a very short little part in the Spider-Man and Superman crossover, but he gets a picture of Carnage. Carnage does what he normally does, cause carnage. And then the last one is Power Girl with Punisher, and Power Girl goes on a date. Punisher is there to take down some villains, and then they end up going on a date because Power Girl's date is weird and creepy, and Power Girl and Punisher like to cause pain and suffering on people, or the bad guys at least, and they have some things in common, and they said they're from two different worlds. But that's fantastic. It's a very fantastic comic book crossover. I did not put this thing down. I read it all the way through. I normally wouldn't read this. Deadpool and Batman I read all the way through, but Batman and Deadpool was very hard for me to read. I just finished it. Again, like I said, Deathbat needs to be a comic on its own. I'll say it in this one because it's Superman and Spider-Man. Deathbat needs to have his comic of his own. We need another World's, and they have the World's Finest with Lois, and I think Lois and Lane one was the World's Finest on that one. We need to have a World's Finest with Batman Beyond and Spider-Man 2099, because besides them fighting that little brief moment in this comic, they need to have a World's Finest, and they need to team up together, or they need to have their worlds together. But now that we have Batman and Deadpool, Deadpool and Batman, Batman and Deadpool, and now we have Superman and Spider-Man. We're about to get Spider-Man, a version of Marvel doing Spider-Man and Superman stories. This is a Superman and Spider-Man, DC doing their story about Spider-Man teaming up with Superman. Now we're going to get Spider-Man teaming up with Superman through Marvel's version. We need, now that we have Infinite Earths on both we have different worlds on Marvel and on DC, and then we have Infinite Worlds and both comic worlds from Marvel and DC. This needs to have its own little world. We need to have a Marvel and DC world. We have several worlds on Marvel. 616, you have Infinite Earths on DC. This needs to have a number, or this needs to be in a world all on its own. Saying Spider-Man, the next one after that one, Supreme Superman and Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, is Spider-Man 99 and Superboy. And Spider-Man 99 and Superboy is trying to stop Lex Luthor from doing something in the future, drastic in the future. And Spider-Man 99 is trying to stop Doom 2099. But the thing about this, when I say in another video that I got interrupted on, what made it so fantastic was that you had Terrence McGinnis, Batman Beyond, fighting Spider-Man 2099. You cannot say that did not happen, because it just happened. An amazing graphic novel, an amazing graphic comic book novel, whatever you want to call this crossover event. I don't even care. This little comic book is like a graphic novel to me. So you cannot say that 2099 Spider-Man did not take either a wiping beating off of Spider-Man 2099, and 2099 Spider-Man didn't get a fight with Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond and 2099 Spider-Man just also fit very well. A very good combo. And Spider-Man Superman Supreme and Spider-Man Supreme are both have black suits. That also works. But going back to Batman Beyond and 2099, that just works because they're both in the future. And that's just fantastic. They're both in the future. That's just fantastic. It works fantastically as you see it. It's just, who didn't want that fight? I wanted it. You have to see Spider-Man across Spider-Verse. What were you thinking in that world when you went to the future world? Batman Beyond. And when you watch Batman Beyond, you think about Spider-Man 2099. And after that was Jonathan Kent and Ben Parker and their storyline, how they're together and how they have raised incredible sons. And then after that is Jimmy Olsen and Carnage. Jimmy Olsen is Superman's friend. Carnage was trying. This needs to be, like I was cut off from Snapchat. This needs to have its own world. This needs to be in one big giant world, and we need to have it now. That's all I'm saying. It needs to have it now. We need to have this world together because we already did Deadpool and, I mean, like I said, Deadpool and Batman and Deadpool, Superman, Spider-Man. They did Superman, Spider-Man way back in the day. So this needs to now be in a world. We need to create now. Marvel needs to create a world where this exists because, like I said in the beginning of this video, Superman and Spider-Man just work together, and different combinations of different multiverses of them work together. So would Batman and Spider-Man would work together. Deadpool and Batman work together apparently, but like, you get my point. These things work together. These characters work together. They all work perfectly fine together, and they need to have a world. I don't know what they're going to do next. Wonder Woman and Supergirl, or I mean, no, that's in the same world. Spider-Woman with Wonder Woman. Who knows what the combinations they can come up with. Quicksilver and the Flash. I don't know. Iron Man and Batman. I mean, you can do anything, but these worlds work together now. So let's make a world that works together now.